Hey guys, Sdanwolf. Thanks for stopping back by and hanging out with me. And yes, I was talking to a couple people about our little Mars experiment here. And I think that it has ran its course with me. Like, I have laid the foundations for a pretty cool idea. And I think it's time to go ahead and put it on the workshop and kind of see what you guys can come up with or take away from it. I've kind of hit a little pass where I don't have any more ideas for it really right now. I think it is, like I said, I think it's a good start. What we've done here, but I think instead of, there's so many ideas swirling around, like about as far as the supports go and the roof and what looks good and kind of some of you guys like how the glass is so heavily supported, and a lot of you guys are saying no, the glass the supports, they don't need to be doesn't need to be like this heavy supported. And it goes back to a lot of our different tastes. Like, some people like the shadows that we kind of had, that like the roof brings down here to the ground, and some people are like, oh god, that those shadows are that's way too much going on, it's way too busy. And I've kind of just, my Mars park, I had a good run with it. I was remember, it kind of come about because I was getting a little bored with Wilderness Springs, and I was kind of I had ran out of ideas on it. So this was like the Mars Park. It served its purpose. It definitely got me out of my little bit of a funk, even though now I'm kind of in another funk. I was telling Super Fiend and Grumpy Al and a couple people today on Twitter, I've hit my inevitable post DLC Planet Coaster slump. It's something that happens pretty much every time to me after one of the DLCs come out. A good month and a half later, I'm not rolling with anything right now. Nothing's really catching my attention. Nothing's looking good. We did have a pretty cool little break off for an Efteling build, and that was pretty cool. I might still run some ideas on that, but yeah, I've just kind of hit my normal little DLC slump. But the good thing about it is, every time this happens, like when my brain kicks in and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with this now, I'm ready for something new. Typically that's about the time where Frontier comes out with whatever's next, or whatever's about to happen, whatever's about to go down. So hopefully hopefully that's coming up. I know we still have probably, if we go by the 3-month model, we still probably have quite a ways to go. You're probably looking more like end of October, maybe Halloweenish, before we get anything new out. But so that's why I probably need to do, like Super Fiend said, just to, keep the regular content going. Need to get in and maybe just play around with some other games that I'm kind of, enjoying or having fun with, and maybe just not, might not have recorded anything yet, or might not have come out with anything, worth recording. So might look into that. I know Jay Blast was telling me about how fun, and I've been watching some of the Geekism stuff on 2 Point Hospital. Those guys look like they're having a ton of fun on that game. Literally right now, I've got $37 in my Steam account, and it's one of those deals where I don't know. I'd like, nothing's really like, oh my god, I have to get that. Like, I won't lie to you, I got Universe Sim, played about 20 minutes of it. It really wasn't for me. Just wasn't digging Universe Sim. It's a cute little game, but I think we can find something better for the channel. Just something a little more interesting to play. I lost interest in it pretty quick. And, you know, even talking about like the Planet Coaster stuff and being in a slump, you know, you can come out of slumps like that. I could look at an image or something on Pinterest and the slump is like completely over and I'm full bore back to like spending 8 hours of the weekend, you know, back full force on Planet Coaster and in some kind of project. But I don't want to just keep the cobwebs growing on the Mars stuff. I'm pretty confident that I'm done with it. I kind of got some of the ideas out that I wanted to get out. I think it lays a good foundation for some ideas that I might want to try after we kind of see what maybe the next DLC is. And yeah, we will kind of take it from there. I know a lot of you guys have been really interested into seeing just a good old-fashioned fantasy Disney-esque style park from me. And you know, none of like these like kind of giant overreaching themes, hence theme park, domed based theme park on top of Mars. Some of you guys really enjoyed. I think you appreciated like the simplicity of Wilderness Springs and the story behind it. And we really, one of the things that Mike from Bro Coaster always says is it had a purpose. Like it was really story driven. It had a direction. Like he always says, like you need to know what you're trying to do. Like he always says, what are you? That's like one of the first things. Like if I show him a screenshot, he says, what are you trying to accomplish? Like what am I supposed to be looking at here? What story are you trying to tell? And I think that is the biggest thing out of all my builds is just to try to tell the story. What's the backstory on it? What's the lore? You know, that's a big part of kind of like how I design these parks and spaces and buildings, always with the thought of a backstory. Like the design has to have a story. It all starts with the story. So the stories just kind of run out with the Mars park. I've kind of I know when it's time to quit because I am just building to build. So yeah, that is kind of what's going on with that. And plus, I might be in slight vacation mode right now. I'm supposed to be going back to Disney next week for a quick trip. Might be able to stop by the Magic Kingdom. Not totally sure yet. But the actual vacation is we're taking a cruise to the Bahamas, but we're going down there a day early and hoping to hit up the Magic Kingdom with some buddies down there. And then I've got to make my way off to the cruise, and we're going down to Atlantis in the Bahamas, and look to have a really good time. And I was telling some of those guys on Twitter, maybe this little vacation will be a good like a good reset button and come back. And I think being that far away from the internet and the game, you know, the gaming and all that. And the good thing is, I was telling them once I get back from that vacation, I have a whole nother week off of work. So that's what I was talking about a couple videos ago. Might do some live streaming during that week because, like I said, I'm going to be here just totally by myself. No interruptions. It's going to be quiet. So I think maybe we will be a good time to come back, get Planet Coaster refreshed. That by the time that week happens, it's going to be like right towards the end of September. So maybe we'll even have some new Planet Coaster news to cover. So anyways, guys, yeah, that is kind of what I have going on. That's my thoughts on this. I'll go ahead and get this out on the workshop so you guys can zoom in and kind of take a look at the park, up close and see what you think. And yeah, like always, just leave your comments down below, and I will try to get back to you, and we will start rolling out some of these videos. And just need a little bit of an inspiration spark here. Like I said, I've hit my post DLC kind of funk that I usually get in, and it's just this time I don't have anything to fall back on. Like Wilderness Springs is done. Haven't touched the water park in a month, so I'm kind of just running on some Planet Coaster fumes here. I need that good, just need a good spark. My eye needs to catch something, and maybe this Magic Kingdom trip will help. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes down. And anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. I'm Sdanwolf. Smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video. and I will catch you next time. Thank you. See you guys.